Check this out. I put the chair here in front of the GreenStalk gardening system because, one, I wanted you to see how that's looking. I think it looks nice. There's a lot of new growth on the plants there. I got this exciting package in the mail. Look at this. I haven't opened it yet. I couldn't wait to open the box. I was just too excited to see it, but I haven't opened the bottle yet. Maple syrup. And not just any maple syrup. This is maple syrup from a friend of mine who made this from his own maple trees. Cracking that seal right there. He also included in the package these little maple syrup candies. I can't show you because they're all gone. Oh, look at that syrup. Look, can you see it? Looks like I'm pouring medicine into a spoon, but I'm really just pouring syrup into a spoon so that I can taste it. I really should have this on waffles, but for the very first taste, right here on camera. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is the richest maple flavor I've ever tasted. If I didn't think I'd go into a coma, I could just drink that bottle. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on so I'm not tempted to drink more. What I wanted to share about this syrup is not just that a friend sent it to me. In the old days, some people would grow tomatoes, other people would raise chickens, so someone with tomatoes could trade eggs or meat for the tomatoes, and it was a bartering system. When there wasn't any money, people on the homestead would share their gifts, their talents, their produce with the community around them. Not everyone had to do everything. Some people would do one thing and other people would do another, and they would just trade. I traded 1 pound of honey to Will Wallace of the Weekend Homestead, and I'll put his label right here. We met on YouTube as creators. As we were corresponding via text, we decided that we would exchange 1 pound of syrup for a pound of honey. And I think that was a very fair trade. Will also gives me credit, my channel, for his orchard. And if you go to his channel and look at his orchard, you probably won't believe it because his is much, much neater than mine. This stack of 2x4s is going to become legs for tabletops. Today, while the family's away, I'm going to take this quiet time and build some things. I'm gonna turn that stack of 2x4s into a set or several sets of sawhorse legs for those tabletops. During the farm day, we're gonna need extra tables for people to set up their displays on, and I figure it would be good to go ahead and use those 2x4s and the extra tabletops I have to serve that purpose. A lot of times the biggest challenge I have in these projects is finding the resources in the shed that I know exist. Somewhere I have a bucket of screws. Almost every time I need something, it's not where I think it should be. Those are too short. Some nails, that's not gonna work. None of those are labeled with what is actually in them. There might be a few in there, but that's not enough. Nope. Somewhere there's a bucket of screws, I know. Yep, that's them. I am someday gonna be better organized. Right now I'm just glad I found it. As I was shopping for this little guy here, Luke was with me and he kept telling me, I love tools. I want to buy a drill. I love tools. I want to buy a drill. Well, he wouldn't let me get out of that store until I told him that this drill was his. So for now, I'm using Luke's drill. My most narrow tabletop is 30 inches wide. Most tabletops are about 30 inches from the floor. So if I make a sawhorse that is 30 inches wide and 30 inches tall, I think that's going to work just fine for all of these tables. Hey look, found another snake skin. What I have here is a total of 14 segments of 30-inch cut 2x4s. That'll be enough for 2 sawhorses, enough for 1 table. Each sawhorse starts out with this I-beam construction. It's 3 2x4s of equal length put together in the shape of an I. That's why they call it an I-beam. Now my 2x4s were free. They were basically industrial waste. They came from a warehouse. The 2x4s are used in packing and shipping, and then once they're done with that, all the crates are used up, they go to waste. So a lot of my 2x4s are much less than perfect, but they're gonna work out just fine for this application. Each leg will just be another 30-inch segment wedged in to sit under the lip of the top 2x4 and over the bottom 2x4. I'm gonna have to take a break from building the tables. My son called, he took a bike ride, and he is down at the local ice cream parlor, cute little place, and he invited me to come join him for some ice cream. If you have ever been to Cibolo, Texas, it was probably on purpose, because there's not a whole lot of reason to come down Old Main Street, Cibolo, unless you have a destination. Texas town that managed to stay alive. The barbecue's down the road there. Right around the corner is the coffee shop. On the corner is the pizza place. There's a new tavern here, and then right over here is the ice cream place, and then it has some knickknacks, creative stuff in there, so it's kind of cool. Are you buying?
Yep. You want the biggest cup now?
Yeah, I want the big one.
We're going about 13, 15 miles today.
You see.
Why did you get 2 spoons?
Coffee flavored ice cream is amazing. Ride safe. Sorry I couldn't show you my son because, well, if you've been following along, you know that he has recently asked not to be in the videos. So I wanted to share that experience, that little moment, but not show him. I'm gonna get busy and finish those sawhorses so I can have those ready for next weekend. But I did want to mention that this video was never about how to make wooden sawhorses. That's how I started it. That was the thing that kicked the video off. That was the idea I had. But every video really is about sharing a story. I share my story because I like to entertain, educate, and encourage people. But more than that, I get inspiration from you. You guys share your compliments, sometimes constructive criticism, your method, and your story. Every story is valuable, and this YouTube channel is just how I'm sharing mine. Thank you for being a part of my journey. I'll talk to you soon.